Welcome to the What is Stoicism podcast.
If we're to recall the key ideas, techniques, and principles of Stoicism when they're truly needed, when stress rises, tempers flare, or anxiety presses in, then it's obvious that we must become so familiar with them that they're internalized. Philosophy can't remain theoretical. It has to become reflexive. Only then can we trust that proven tools will be at our disposal in difficult moments. At first, this might sound like an arduous process of memorization and repetition, but the Stoics themselves found ways to make deep internalization both practical and elegant. As Donald Robertson explains in The Philosophy of CBT, ancient students of Stoicism condensed complex doctrines into short, memorable phrases, a method known as aphorism. The technique was already ancient in their time. The inscriptions at the Temple of Apollo at Delphi offer some of the most famous examples of philosophy compressed into sharp, portable lines. Know thyself. Nothing in excess. Think as a mortal. Control anger. Cling to discipline. Praise virtue. Long for wisdom. Guard what is your own. Shun what belongs to others. Speak plainly. Be happy with what you have. Love your fortune. Each of these phrases carries depth far beyond its brevity. Nothing in excess gestures toward a Stoic commitment to moderation. Guard what is your own echoes the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. Love your fortune hints at amor fati, embracing what happens rather than resisting it. Robertson observes that Stoicism is paradoxically simple and complex at the same time. Its essence can be summarized in a handful of words, but assimilating those words into daily conduct takes a lifetime. The simplicity is deceptive. The work is ongoing. This approach is one we can adopt today. Whether we collect pithy lines from ancient texts or craft our own phrases that encapsulate Stoic ideas, we're strengthening recall. We're preparing our minds so that when a stressful situation arises, we don't have to search for guidance. We have it ready. The Stoic texts themselves offer ready-made reminders. Some things are up to us, and some are not. Any transgression is a transgression against oneself. Lay hold of today's task, and you will not need to depend so much upon tomorrow's. If human beings exist to help one another, you must either instruct them or put up with them. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Each of these can function like a mental anchor. In moments of confusion, they steady us. This habit of condensing wisdom into memorable form wasn't confined strictly to self-proclaimed Stoics. Marcus Tullius Cicero, though not formally a Stoic, adopted and promoted many Stoic principles. His work On Duties, influenced heavily by the Stoic philosopher Panaetius, offers practical guidance that aligns closely with Stoic teaching. In one especially concise passage, Cicero outlines 3 principles to hold fast to when undertaking any action. First, impulse must obey reason. Second, we must carefully estimate the importance of what we're trying to accomplish, so that we neither overvalue nor undervalue it. Third, we must observe moderation in outward conduct and personal dignity. These principles are pure Stoic substance. To ensure impulse obeys reason is to examine our impressions before giving assent. Just because something startles us doesn't mean it deserves prolonged fear. Just because anger flares doesn't mean it deserves expression. Reason must govern reaction. To estimate the true importance of things is to see them clearly. Is the object we desire worth the time and energy we're trading for it? Are we inflating its significance? Or dismissing something valuable through carelessness? To observe moderation is to guard against excess. It's to ask whether a fleeting pleasure is worth compromising long-term well-being, whether indulgence is undermining character, whether we're drifting away from balance. Cicero identifies the first principle, keeping impulse subordinate to reason, as the most important, and it's easy to see why. If we pause and question our initial reactions, the other two principles follow naturally. Reason helps us gauge importance accurately. Reason guides us toward moderation. Reason steadies impulse. Notice how these ideas also lend themselves to aphorism. Let reason lead. See things as they are. Avoid excess. Short, memorable, portable. This is how Stoicism becomes usable. It's not enough to admire its structure intellectually. We must rehearse it until its core ideas are accessible under pressure. Perhaps today you might select one phrase and carry it with you. Some things are up to me, or nothing in excess, or Cicero's distilled triad. 1. Ensure your impulses obey reason. 2. See the importance of things as they truly are. 3. Observe moderation. Write one down. Repeat it. Reflect on it when something unsettles you. The Stoics understood that in the moment of crisis, we don't rise to the level of our aspirations. We fall to the level of our training. Aphorisms aren't shortcuts around philosophical depth. They're handles by which we lift it into daily life. And over time, what begins as repetition becomes instinct. What begins as memorization becomes character.